Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video.
Married 10 years. Wife cheating and confronted her. So I'm looking for some frank advice here. My wife and I have been married for 10 years, we have 3 children, and we have a wonderful relationship. Up until approximately 3 days ago, she was my best friend. My phone was using a large quantity of data. It turned out to be a mobile app. It's not a huge deal. When I pick up the consumption statistics, though, it automatically pulls up phone calls first. At 2 a.m., I notice a 45-minute phone call to an unknown number. So I search up the number, how many calls, how long, and so on. It turns out that there have been 37 calls to this number, 25 of which had come after I had fallen asleep in bed. Many of them around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and 4 a.m. She was accosted by me. She has a new, excellent, work with a highly clever employer who she admires, and made this clear to me. I've always had faith in her. All of her phone calls were to her employer. He called only 3 or 4 times. She said that everything they discussed was work-related. I insisted on it many times. Regardless, I know some of the evenings we had a few toddies, weekends. She again lied to me 2 months ago when she stated she went jogging alone at 5:30 a.m. She did, but he eventually showed there and said that he couldn't run that early. It's not a huge thing since she told me she was jogging with him, but when she came back, she maintained he hadn't even shown up. So what's the point of lying about it? It's very strange. I confronted her about it, and she said that she loves me and only has affections for me, and that she would not ruin her and his careers by cheating. She is more concerned about what she might lose than with how much she loves me. He has a high-end sports vehicle and is married with 2 children. My wife told him he needed to send her conference updates while he was on business. He eventually sends her a photo of a $750K automobile he is considering purchasing. She shows me, but it's still strange that he's texting this to his employee, right? Aside from that, she disabled messaging on her iPad and her home computer. She also reset the passwords for this account. I forced her to show me the text she had sent to him, since she had deleted them all. So, what now? Was she also having a physical affair? She states unequivocally that it was all about business. I would remark that she is to school and learning, which is not surprising. But the fact that he was responsive to her calls in the middle of the night is troubling. First update. 4 days after I discovered. We've been talking for a few days now, and squabbling and so forth. She says that she loves me, that she has only loved me, and that she will always love me. Nothing physical ever occurred. That the new job had gotten her worked up, that someone might have killed if she had put the incorrect item in, and that she contacted him late one night to make sure what she done was correct. This resulted in multiple late-night calls. She confesses to calling, but claims she never emotionally cheated since it was for business. She has no affections for him, and their relationship has been and continues to be strictly business. That's okay. I am rational, and this seems to be fair. She willingly handed me her iPhone and instructed me to install spyware on it. I informed her that I would be retrieving all of the messages, and she said that was fine. So, am I being too dramatic? But why would they be erased if they weren't incriminating? She claimed she didn't believe I'd like it if I found out she was messaging him. I said 1. Do you think I'd prefer to find out you deleted all of the messages? 2. Why should I worry if it was all professional? She's apologized about 1,000,000 times and promised it won't happen again, but I can't get over the messages being erased. It'll be interesting to see whether she deleted them when I phoned her at work to inquire about the number. If she deleted them immediately after I phoned, the texts will very certainly be. Update 2. I apologize for not updating in a long time. This is terrible. As a result, the texting persisted. The phone calls ceased. So, without going into too much detail, since this could go on forever, she continued to get messages from him for the previous 7 months. He sent her a few of texts asking if he could purchase her lingerie and complimenting her on her physique. She responded by text message. Don't put me to the test, she said. He said, I'd love to put you to the test. Throughout the night, everything was rescued by me. We still had a terrific relationship, love yous, kisses every morning, and while this was going on, they then attended a seminar together a few weeks ago. When I phoned, she hung up. Then she phoned him from her room to his room, so it wouldn't show up on phone records. Detail here. He contacted her from a mobile phone that didn't belong to him, so I couldn't trace it. He comes there. I also have the whole audio for this. When she arrived home, I listened. She froze like an ice cube. I couldn't believe what was going on and how much I knew. Things got a little hairy, no violence, just yelling and screaming. I walked away. She spent a few days with her parents' children. She returned, willing to work things out. Counseling was agreed upon. I'm a freaking disaster. I'm at a loss on what to do. I adore her. I think she's my soulmate. She said that they had both messed up and that they were here making things happen together. With the thrill and rush of it all, yada yada, but he's a predator. They continue to collaborate, albeit far less. What the heck am I going to do? He claims to have informed his wife, but I've seen the chats and it looks he didn't tell her everything, like the part where they have, which is pretty clear on the audio. Story 2. Found out wife has been cheating for 6 months. Thoughts or advice? I'd want to begin by expressing that, like most people, I never imagined this would happen to me. My 5-year-old wife got a new job in June 2021. She began to behave strangely after just a few weeks. The first hint came when she started to be secretive with her messages. Second, she began to leave on weekends, claiming to be going on hikes. To prepare for these hikes, she would first go to the shop and purchase food she doesn't eat, barely enough for 2 people. She then pretended it was for a bunch of coworkers. I became suspicious and searched her phone, where I discovered a letter. Not to be too explicit, but it basically claimed that this man was the only other person she had been with, and she allowed him complete inside while not allowing her spouse, meaning me, to do so. She also said at the conclusion of the message that he informed her that we must now return to our previous life. I don't know what more to say if it isn't proof. When I challenged her about the message, she said that she wrote it because she wanted me to speak to her. After my heart was broken, I felt as if my world had come to an end. I sought for further proof. I saw a photo of him on her phone. He is an older balding guy with a wife and child, as I subsequently discovered. I started to ache more with each new piece I discovered as I dug deeper. I'll emphasize specifics. She became pregnant and then claimed she wasn't. I have the positive test result and the bill from the clinic where she had the abortion. I knew the kid wasn't mine since we hadn't been active for 2 months, and the letter I discovered earlier proved it. I challenged her with proof and was treated with falsehoods. I have a lot more information. I know the AP name, residence, automobile, coworkers, and the hotel where they stay. To top it all off, I have the AP spouse's contact information. My wife has no idea how much I truly know. Even with the little information I presented with her, she denied and lied. Some suggestions on how to determine if she is sorry or regretful. I'm currently experiencing a wide range of emotions and would like to understand why. Update. I'll make 2 additional points. I informed her mother, and she phoned to confront her as well, and she lied again, despite having evidence. Second, the AP wife is aware that I had a friend contact her with proof. I'm not sure how her AP wife is handling it, but I believe she's in denial. They have been married for 14 years, have 1 kid, and own property. So I have no clue what she is doing with information.